At a very young age, I was about 14, I really started to think about my future in a very serious way that usually maybe children or teenagers wouldn't be thinking about. My name is Mariam. I'm an artist based in Lewisham. I moved here in 2010, not planning anything. It was kind of just for education. And shortly after, Syria kind of went into a lot of conflict and war and issues. And that's when I kind of started to think. At a very young age, I was about 14, I really started to think about my future in a very serious way that usually maybe children or teenagers wouldn't be thinking about. So that's why I really appreciate Lewisham, because it's where, after my citizenship, after that was kind of done, I could start a new chapter of life. So it's kind of where I really started that journey. I found a new home and kind of started to explore my art more widely as well. This piece is the first time I talk about migration so directly in a personal sense. And the first time actually I reopened my citizenship application after receiving the citizenship. So in this piece, there's kind of two bits that are happening. It's me exploring my Syrian identity now that I've kind of settled in this country by watching Syrian dramas. So this is a scene from a TV show called Taj. It's a TV show set in the times where Syria was colonized by the French. And I could just see a lot of connections with today, especially looking at kind of citizens, the people of Syria, rather than the kind of more official bodies of Syria. So when I'm looking at citizens, I can really relate to them. In this moment, they're celebrating a moment of liberation, a moment of community coming together. My work and my story of migration come together. They can't be separated. What I've done with this is a bit kind of therapeutic to kind of cut out parts of my photocopies of my Syrian passport and file images and bits of my citizenship application. You can also see my other residencies or my other places of travel have been where you can see a stamp from Saudi Arabia, or you can see, during my student visa, due to my nationality, I needed to register with the police, so I've got kind of a police stamp here just to show like the experience of going through that application, and so many little things kind of add up, and it's this kind of burst of celebration, but also all the hard work that goes into it. This is 10 years or more of work towards this citizenship. It's just the whole piece and my life that is just inevitably inside outside. I've got family all across the world and I'm in this country, but at the same time, like, my mother isn't, so she's in Syria, and I'm calling her, and is this country still giving visas to Syrians? Is that country still giving visas? Oh, they've stopped. And there's just always this kind of tension. There's also this tension of building community and friendship and family. Here, one minute you feel like you finally belong, and then something happens, or you hear a story, or you develop your character and you start to feel like you don't belong. And it's this tension, I think, that will always exist within migration. If I can add one more thing, is I would hope people can see how much migration makes up not just London but the UK and actually the whole world. Migration has always existed. It's a very natural human thing to be doing, to look for a better life or to be forced to leave. There's so many different reasons people migrate, and it's part of our human history. There's space for all of us to tell our stories and for our stories to be heard. Ways that people express their stories, whether that's through humor or beauty, pain, color, sound, whichever it is, there's just so many variations to it. People can hopefully empathize and also feel these stories rather than just hear them. They can feel them through art. For my work to be exhibited at the Migration Museum, it's almost like a validation as well that people like me, our stories are acknowledged in an official capacity as well. and also appreciated. The beauty, the tension within our stories is appreciated, celebrated, and explored by so many Londoners. And for this to be also at the Migration Museum, a place where I really love, feels like a big achievement for me.